few months ago, I posted a video all about just what had changed in Barcelona due to the coronavirus. Things hadn't really opened up, but now that they have and were removed a few months, with some of your questions, I wanted to take you around to some of those same places and some new ones as well to give you a better idea of just what Barcelona looks like nowadays. At the Boqueria, which was relatively empty before with some stalls closed, you're starting to see some of those more peripheral stalls open up and definitely more people, even tourists taking pictures and things like that. We're on the same street I was on in the first video, and you can see that not a whole lot has changed. There's still a lot of shops that are closed down, but one thing you definitely know is there's a whole lot more foot traffic. Another thing you'll notice is that you are seeing more tour groups than you would have seen just a couple months ago. But one of the things that I've noticed is that the groups tend to be bigger in the Spanish language than the English, which basically means that there's still a lot more national tourism coming around and people coming from other parts of Spain than maybe international tourists. We're back outside of the cathedral, and you can see the changes that have taken place where before you would have been able to get that picture without having anybody in the background, and now we're back to having those tour groups and different people taking pictures. I'm seeing selfie sticks, I'm seeing all sorts of different poses and things like that for the first time in a while. Obviously, one of the biggest changes we're going to see from a couple months ago is the amount of people over at the beach. We're currently in high season right now, so there are a bunch more people out over here. You can still social distance, you can still have your space and everything. They actually ask for that, and they have a flag system right now that lets you know the percentage of occupancy on each of those beaches. One of the questions I got was just how busy public transportation is. If you're worried about social distancing, remember that one of the great things about Barcelona is that you can get to most places by walking. But if you do need to get on that public transportation at any point, remember that masks are still obligatory. They might not be out on the streets, but inside of all public transportation, you got to mask up. So you can see that there's definitely more people on the metro right now than there would have been a couple months ago, but way less than what we would have seen just over a year ago. And keep in mind, we're on one of the more visited lines that runs down towards the beach and through the city center. One of the big changes is that the Casa Batlló, which wasn't open during that original video, is back open to the public. You won't find those hordes of tourists blocking this street and trying to get those pictures. There are a few, but not as many. And just up the street at the Casa Milà, you still don't see those long lines to get in, but places like the Casa Milà, Sagrada Familia, and other tourist attractions definitely have longer opening hours, but still with some max capacities. So if you want to see more about the changes in the last couple months in Barcelona, jump on over and check out that video that was posted just a couple months ago. And if you're looking for things to do, remember you can always check out the playlist of Is It Worth It, which gives you some ideas of whether or not you should go over to some of Barcelona's top tourist attractions.